Alright, what's up everybody? Cookies here. We're just doing a little pug plus 10. I equipped like the worst gear I have in my bags. I item restored a bunch of gear. We're at 187 item level, and we're gonna do a plus 10 Spires of Ascension and just kind of see how it goes. I actually just realized I have like all the wrong talents and stuff, but we'll go with it. I'll show my talents here in a second, since I didn't show them at the start of the run. But I guess I'm just doing this so like we have low eye level gear on, we have no legendary. We basically have like all M0 gear on with whatever our covenant gave us during the quest line. And that's pretty much it. And then other than that, it's just M0 gear, and my bracers are the only exception because I couldn't find any bracers. But I just want to go through here and show like, you know, how I would heal these dungeons if I didn't have item level or legendaries and stuff like that. Because I know, you know, I can pug like a plus 10 and make a VOD about it, but it doesn't really mean anything if I have 20 plus item levels on the people watching the video. So hopefully this helps kind of show that you can still do plenty of healing as a healer with like no matter what your gear is. It's more about just playing your class correctly. So I'm just gonna kind of live commentate through all this, and then we'll go about it. Oh yeah, we are gonna get hit hard by stuff. That's unfortunate. The main priority I have here is just making sure that we always keep a cloudburst down. That way if anything bad happens, we can be ready to kind of heal in a tight spot. So we're just always throwing down cloudburst, always making sure there's one down during every pull. And then again, I don't have all the right talents, but that's okay. Okay, I'll go ahead and look at my talents while we fly over here. So here's my talents. These are raid talents, so again, these are incorrect. Usually you'd run... I think Unleash Life is still really good in M+. This is all good. I would usually take Ancestral Vigor, and then I would usually take, instead of Wellspring, I would take Ascendance. So it's not a huge deal that we have these talents, but I'm gonna drink before they pull this. And then this is where, again, this is gonna be a tricky pull, so we're just gonna make sure we help interrupt as much as possible.
You cannot hide.
I'm just gonna keep interrupting the Castigator as much as I can, just even on Dark Slash. And we're gonna throw down Healing Rain, we're gonna throw down our Cloudburst, we're just gonna use a Spirit Link early just to make sure the tank's safe, dispel that. We'll throw down a Healing Tide Totem as well, just using our cooldowns because we can. Throw down our Earthen Wall. Throw out some Healing Surges, reapply Riptide to the tank, reapply Earth Shield, keep Healing Surge. Drink a little bit before the Pride procs. We're gonna Flame Shock it to start doing damage to it. We'll Lava Burst right away. I always start these Prideful with damage abilities, and that's because the faster this thing dies, the less you have to heal. So, and you know, during the very start, there's like no healing to do whatsoever, so you might as well throw some damage out. And you don't have to sit here and like spam cast Lava Burst like I am, or spam cast Lightning Bolt. Like you need to be safe and heal the group, then do so. But I know that we're like in no danger whatsoever here, so I'm just doing damage to help kill it faster. And we jump into the boss, we Lust. Same exact concept here. We're gonna just do as much damage as possible for like the duration of Lust. Because the more damage that we can do, the more that, or the faster the boss dies. And our tank died, so we're gonna run over here. He's gonna get B-res. And that, see, so that's where we made a mistake, and yeah, see, he died again, so. This is where we should have just been like auto, like spam healing him as much as possible just to keep him alive, because he's not really utilizing his defenses very well. So we'll go ahead and drop our Earth Elemental here, and we should actually still be able to recover this, honestly. It'll be close, but I didn't dodge that. I'm gonna kill these explosives, never mind. Dodge the spear. These sort of things are gonna start hurting. Pretty sure we're probably just gonna wipe. I think the boss is gonna die fast enough. Oh, Earth Elemental tanked the first hit. That's really good. Gonna dispel one of these. Gonna try to survive. Bonk. Oh, it's gonna be so close. We're not gonna get it, I don't think. If she goes up in the air again, I have a chance. Come on, go up in the air. Ah, oh, unlucky.
To challenge us.
Yeah, the tank pretty much got one shot, so. So there we should have just played it safe. I knew that the overhead slash was coming, and I just didn't. And I just didn't, like, heal the tank.
None shall be spared.
And this time we know how our tank plays, so we're just going to keep him topped off as much as possible. And we can see if he has defensives rolling here or not. And you can see that he's actually popping his defensives like after he gets hit by the overhead slash. He's usually using stuff. And then when she goes up in the air like this, this is our kind of key into being able to weave in some damage. Because there should be pretty much no damage going out on the group here. Except for the occasional just like spear impact. And put down a cloudburst, start healing the tank again. Just throw healing surges into him, keep him alive. Another overhead slash with no defensive. This one he's going to get hit by again with no defensive. He used Ignore Pain, but we're just going to throw a Spirit Link on top of him so that it helps split some of the damage in case he takes a big hit. Gonna die? No, okay, he had some defenses rolling, that's good.
Doom takes flight. Suffer my wrath. Suffer my wrath.
And just keep the tank topped off again, because we know he's going to take those overhead slashes. Like, see there, he got hit by the overhead slash, and then he just, like, spammed a bunch of defensives on himself. But when you already get hit by the overhead slash, it's too late, so there's no point in doing that. That is okay. We don't expect perfection out of everybody. And we made the mistake on the first pull of just, like, letting him die. Because I thought he would just rotate, like, some kind of big defensive for the first overhead slash, but... mistake for assuming that. We drink a little bit just to get some mana. He's gonna pull these. So he's gonna pull the other ones too. So this is where it's gonna hurt a lot. So we're gonna drop our Healing Tide Totem just to help get a little bit of extra healing in of what we can. And then put down our Earthen Wall, put down a Cloudburst Totem, throw Unleash Life on the tank, followed by Healing Surge. Just keep refreshing Riptide on him, even if it refreshes early, that's totally fine. Use our Covenant ability, our Trinket, like we're just literally just pumping everything into him just to keep him as topped off as possible because he has no defensives. Now it looks like we're gonna go the other way. Aggro that because I didn't get aggroed. Pack randomly throws spears at players, so we're just going to keep Riptide on as many people as possible. Throw down an Earthen Wall, throw down a Healing Rain, throw down Cloudburst, And then we're just spam healing the tank, and then other people will just get topped off naturally by the healing rain, the riptides, and the cloudburst when it pops. He's gonna pull this pack. This pack's usually pretty spooky. He's gonna dispel on cooldown as much as possible. Gonna just drop Spirit Link early just to help out with the initial damage. I should have killed that explosive right there with the Frost Shock. You just have to be extra careful because Prot Warriors get absolutely destroyed by this ability. Like anything that's magic damage related, Prot Warriors are going to suffer like the most out of any tank. So anytime there's magic damage abilities like that, you got to be very careful. And if we fight this on the stairs, it's going to be unfortunate. So we're going to pull it up here a little bit. Dodge that. Throw down Cloudburst, throw down Healing Rain, throw down our Earthen Wall. I didn't know that was going to go through the wall, that's unfortunate. See, like Cloudburst, using it, making sure that you have a Cloudburst down with like as many Riptides out as possible and Healing Rain during Prideful is just going to carry you through the entire Prideful. Like the Cloudburst itself will almost just solo carry it with all the kind of like passive healing effects you have down on the group. So it makes Prideful very easy to deal with. And then like worst cases for more like difficult Pridefuls or bad spawns and stuff like that. Or if you're behind it all, you just drop Healing Tide Totem if you have it available. Pretty much anytime you have Healing Tide Totem available, you should just be using it on any kind of like even semi-challenging pull. Oh, I didn't even notice that I wasn't flying. I looked away for half a second. Spell. Spam some Healing Surges. We're not going to waste time with Healing Wave a lot of the time. We're just going to spam Healing Surge. Because we don't need to worry about our mana nearly as much. Just drop Healing Tide a little early. And the Priest, I think he got aggro or something. Go ahead and res him. No Spirit Link here, and this is a very scary pull, so I'm just going to pump everything I can into the tank as much as possible. And we're going to put Cloudburst down. I should have put one down a little bit earlier, but that's okay. As long as we recover here. Use Wellspring. Gonna kill this explosive, no one else does, okay. Awesome. And we have Spirit Link for when we need it. I'm gonna save it, because we have the stealth pack coming up, but we shouldn't need it for the stealth pack. Probably need it for one of the big packs that are up here at the top of the stairs. Got some aggro, so I'm just gonna drop my stun totem and then stay close so that they get stunned in melee. See, all I'm doing is just sometimes I'm applying Flame Shock to just targets in the group, and that's just to help do damage. Like, even if you're only doing, you know, not even 1000 DPS, that's still better than nothing. Like my overall DPS right now is 500. That's not very, you know, that's not very much, but 300k damage added to the total, like, to the total dungeon is gonna help cut the time by a little bit. And that's what's gonna make or break the difference of like you timing a key where you wipe on the first boss or not, like stuff like that. Because this is still completely timeable, and it's not necessarily because I'm just pressing damage buttons, but it's just the idea behind doing damage as a healer when you have nothing else to do is like extremely important. Very underutilized. A lot of healers will just sit there and kind of be like, okay, well now I have nothing to do, so I guess I'll, you know, watch the players press their damage buttons. You should at least just be throwing flame shocks out. And then when you get an instacast lava burst proc like this, I don't have to use it. Like I can literally just sit on it and not use it if I feel like healing is more important. Killing these explosives is more important. And now we can throw one out. I'll throw down another lava burst. Nope, don't trust. Couldn't have done it, but that's okay. He gets B-res. That's okay. If we make mistakes like that, that's what helps us learn, like, okay, you know, we're learning, like, our comfort zone and we are playtesting our limits. That's what I was trying to say. And I would just lust here normally, but the next boss is a really big pain in the ass, so we're just gonna save lust for that. And dispel tank as soon as we can. Drop Cloudburst, drop our trinket, drop our covenant ability. Heal the tank up to full. And apply flame shock. Do a tiny bit of damage. Help kill the explosives. Interrupt something. That's another thing as a shaman or any class with an interrupt is like, if you don't know what to be interrupting in dungeons, just interrupt anything that you see. Anything, especially if someone has an auto mark weak aura like this that marks targets throughout the dungeon, it'll just mark anything that needs to be interrupted. So if you see a marker on something, you just press your interrupt whenever it's available and it's casting something. You don't have to know like the, you know, the interrupt priority or anything like that. Just go for it. Go ahead and CC one of them just in case. Usually groups just want to kind of go in there and go ham. Nice, we're not actually breaking it. Okay, there it goes. I thought so. Just gonna help kill explosives so people don't panic. Throw down healing rain. Throw down my clobber, start spamming healing surges into the tank. Well. Okay. Can't really do anything about that, so we just throw down our Earth Elemental. I'm gonna start healing up the group here. I think this might still be recoverable. We don't have Spirit Link here. If we had Spirit Link here, I would trust much more in this, but this is gonna be pretty hard to out-heal. Use our trinket. We're just spamming healing surge into people. Anybody that's taking damage, we're just spamming healing surge into them. And our cloudburst just pops, so we're gonna pop another one, because that's gonna help carry us through. I'm gonna spam healing surge still on the person tanking. Switched over to the DK, switched back to the priest. Chain heal myself. And now we pop the cloudburst just a little bit early. It doesn't save the priest still. The damage this thing is doing is actually just insane. Now we res. We should be back in a moment. Now I'll be a little bit late into the boss, but that's not a big deal. Technically it's better to just wipe there and probably just full reset, but we're probably not even going to need like a minute of prideful anyways. This boss is probably going to melt, especially if we help do damage. Here we go, we lost. Gonna just help do a lot of damage. Put air shield on tank, Riptide, and then we're just going to watch who she jumps on. Okay, she jumped on the Warlock, so we're just going to Riptide him, keep doing damage. So he's just leeching a bunch of his HP back. Okay, he got it again. We'll just throw Earthen Wall Totem on top of the Warlock since he's the one like taking damage from the dots. It'll just help with that dot damage a little bit. And then we're just doing damage to the boss and then just throwing Healing Surge on the Warlock when he starts dipping a little bit too low. And then here, like, okay, there you got hit by a little swirly thing, so we can't really do too much about that besides just keep him up a little bit further next time. So there, I probably should have put like an extra healing surge or two into him just to help out. Oh, we missed the click. Gonna take a decent amount of damage here from these hurls, so we just have to kind of be ready to heal people. Throw down Riptide a little bit early. Don't need to peek out for that explosion, because as long as we all LOS, it won't do any damage. These explosions we can help kill though. Throw down another Cloud Burst. Keep Riptide on as many people as possible.
Your defiance must be punished.
Ooh, that stomp in the group, oh my god. It's actually so painful. I don't even know why I wasn't paying attention to that. Like, I knew that the boss was facing into us and I didn't move out. So unlucky. Reapply Earth Shield, we're gonna throw out our Unleash Life and heal up the DK. Gonna keep healing the DK because he got hit again. Stack up and put down a Cloud Burst, move out, down healing range. Life and heal the DK some more. Now we heal the Priest. I don't think we have anyone who can soak these. Maybe the DK can with AMS, yeah. I think he's still gonna take a ton of damage, so Unleash Life, Riptide him, and then we're just gonna spam heals into him. And this is where we're kind of burning through too much mana because of our... I'm using Healing Surge like way too much on this boss fight. I forget that it's tyrannical sometimes. So we're just gonna drop Mana Tide and then start using like Riptides and Healing Waves a little bit more. I'll stack up. Move out with Spirit Walker's Grace. Get away from the front of the boss. Now we just use Cloud Burst, and this is how you're going to heal somebody with no mana. So I Unleash Life. Going to heal the tank with the Healing Wave because it's more important. The Warlock will go back up naturally with Cloud Burst out in here, so... And now the Priest and the DK got hit by the AoE, so now we just need to make sure that we're kind of keeping them above half HP, and then they should be fine. And also this Cloud Burst coming in right now, this is going to heal them back up to full pretty much. So there's the Cloud Burst. And then we're just going to apply a Flame Shock to help kill the boss a little faster, dispel that. Put down another Cloud Burst. Like, we're really using Cloud Burst to carry us through a lot of this stuff. And then we're just doing what we can in between. And then the Cloud Burst popping is what will really like reset us back to full HP on the whole group pretty much. These guys, again, this is kind of the same mindset as a lot of mobs where we want to be doing as much damage as possible rather than just like healing. Because the faster this mob dies, the less of a problem it becomes. Because the less spears it's going to throw, the less shit that there's going to be all over the floor, the less, you know, build-up stacks they're going to have. Like this guy stacks a like damage taken increase right here on everybody in the group. So the faster that these things die, the the less you have to deal with and the less chaotic it is. So we're just throwing out a lot of lava bursts, refreshing flame shock when we need to. Dodge the charged spear, make sure we don't get by that. And then when the tank needs healing, we'll go ahead and heal him, especially because it's raging right now, so I just don't know how much damage he's going to take from like raging auto attacks or anything. Especially if he's like frantically running around the room. Heal him back up. I'm just using spear walkers here just so I can get into a nice position for like baiting the spears if I need to, while also not like losing my uptime on healing and damage and stuff. I want to focus a little more on healing because the group's going to be taking damage, but again, it scales up with damage as you sit here and fight this. So you want to make sure you're keeping stuff like flame shock and throwing out a lava burst here or there when you can. Throwing down cloud burst. We heal the tank up. Those raging hits are hurting a lot. Yep, there's raging right there for you. One hit and it's just a one shot. I'm going to throw down Spirit Link just so the tank survives this charged spear hit. And then I'm going to Hellstone to kind of pick us both up from me standing in there, and hopefully he can kill it. I don't think so. He's running around too much. He needs to just stand still and fight it. Unlucky. It's okay, we still have so much time, so it's all good. Not much we can do there. It's just, we just need to kill it a little faster. Maybe I need to use Earth Elemental next time. Probably should have. I have some cooldowns, so hopefully we'll just use cooldowns on it. Otherwise I could just lust on it. We don't really need lust for the boss. I unfortunately did this whole dungeon without a flask too. My guild bank was down from earlier. Okay, apply flame shock. Kind of throw out riptides on cooldown. And the faster it dies, the better. The priest to full HP just in case it helps him survive, because he's like he's just standing in the spot where he's gonna keep getting hit by the waves that shoot out from the sword like that. So at that point we can't help because it's raging, but there we go. I can't res him in time.
You think yourself exceptional, gifted, but
Yeah, he's just gonna release, that's fine. We 4-man this without a tank, so we can 4-man it with a tank a lot easier. Again, we throw down Cloud Burst, it's like the first thing we do. Refresh Earth Shield. Throw some Healing Surges into the tank, throw a Riptide out. And Cloud Burst is going to pick up the group. We'll throw down another Cloud Burst. Use Wellspring. Now we're using Healing Wave just to conserve a tiny bit of mana, even though we don't really need to. But just to be safe. Because we don't really need the Healing Surges right now. And then we throw down another Cloud Burst just because the end of the Prideful is actually the most scary, so we want to make sure that we have that as like a backup option to press in case things go south. Here again, we're doing a lot of damage on pull. Just gonna precast a Lava Burst into a Flame Shock. Gain a few Lava Bursts. We're not gonna Lust in the first phase, we're gonna Lust in like the second or third phase, because everyone's gonna use their cooldowns on pull with Prideful, and if we Lust, it's just gonna push the boss too fast. And then we like, you know, we use everything on pull, and then the second and third phase are gonna be horrendous, because they're gonna take too long. Get in the bubble. Throw out some Riptides, throw out a Wellspring, Dispel somebody. Tank's gonna just have it. We should dispel the tank next time because he takes a ridiculous amount of magic damage. But we'll dispel him now. Okay. And then we're gonna take some damage here, so we'll throw down Cloud Burst. And then I usually look for wherever the 3 orbs spawn. So like for instance, here's where, no, it's right here. Okay, so 2 of them spawn in the middle. Usually one side will have 3 spears that spawn. or sorry, 3 orbs, and I'll usually go to that side to help out. That way I go to the side that has like an uneven amount of orbs to help with. We go back to doing a little bit of damage. Tank is getting absolutely shredded, so we're just gonna full heal him. I have to run pretty far for this, and the group is actually just gonna full die right now. So we're just gonna throw down a Spirit Link just in case. I think the priest was outside of it, but I could be wrong. It looks like someone took a lot of damage. We'll throw down a Healing Tide as well, just to help keep the group up. Refresh Earth Shield, Dispel. Unleash Life, use our Cloud Burst so that we're ready for when the intermission starts. I'm not in for this, so I die. We have a B-res though. I thought that she was gonna phase, but we just weren't doing that much damage and I wasn't paying attention. Should have been a little closer. For some reason I thought she phased at 33, not 30. Gonna dispel our DK friend here as soon as we can. We'll help with the orb here since no one's here. We'll use our Spirit Walker's Grace. And we're just gonna kind of run against this a little bit and just spam chain heal. Whatever else helps. Cloud Burst for the end of the phase. Now we can just do damage because our Cloud Burst will top off the tank and the DK, or at least do a decent amount of healing. And we can go back to healing the...
I will strike you down.
Oh right, I didn't even lost. We were saving it all along. Rip. Good reminder. There we go. And that's the key. So with 4 minutes to spare and we wiped multiple times. Cool. Well, hopefully that was helpful, and if you like this kind of video, just let me know in the comments. If you don't like it and you'd rather just see me be geared in doing these pug runs or doing like higher pug runs or something like that and commentating over them, let me know what you think. I'm just trying to, you know, brainstorm some ideas and shoot them out onto YouTube and then see how you guys, you know, what kind of content you guys enjoy, so just keep me updated. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.